Hey guys, today we have Utkarsh Srivastav and he is having total 3 point year of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices domain. And those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Utkarsh, how are you?
Hi, Fazan. I'm
Shall we?
very good. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
Okay. I'm a backend developer with Spring Boot and Java. I'm working
Mm-hmm.
in a company where we're creating banking projects since it's a
Mm-hmm.
very big banking project, and we used to
Mm-hmm.
work on a lot of technologies, but my core technologies are Java, Spring Boot,
Mm-hmm.
Hibernate, and JPS.
Okay.
I have on microservices too. I miss that. And
Mm-hmm.
also we have like created a lot of APIs using REST framework,
Mm-hmm.
like REST architecture, and also I worked
Mm-hmm.
on DBs like Oracle, Postgres,
Mm-hmm.
and SQL a little bit. Mostly we are working on Postgres. We are not using NoSQLs
Mm-hmm.
for now. And the recent work which I have done is we have migrated a monolithic application to a microservice
Mm-hmm.
architecture. Recently it was completed, so it
Mm-hmm.
increased
Okay,
the
okay.
scalability a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
also we follow agile methodologies. And
Okay.
I'm from Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh. That's
Mm-hmm.
all about me.
Nice. Okay. So as you said, it's a based on agile methodology, right? So
Yeah.
so can you tell me its benefits?
Like actually we can track the team efforts properly,
Mm-hmm.
and also we can have a set timeline with the team,
Okay. So
and
where
we
you guys are tracking team efforts
in Jira only.
in Jira. Okay. And which Git collaboration tool you guys are using?
GitHub.
GitHub.
Previously we were using GitLab, now we are using GitHub.
Okay, okay. So that tool is based on Java and Spring Boot, right? And what's the Java version?
It's 8.
Java 8. Okay. So can you tell me some new features that were introduced in Java 8?
The most important features which were introduced in
Mm-hmm.
Java 8 was streams,
Okay.
datetime APIs,
Okay.
optional class,
Optional.
as well as the default and static methods in interface.
Okay.
Also, the way of using concurrent hash map also changed in that way, I think, in that version.
Okay.
And also, something, this much I remember for now, like I think Lambda expression
Mm-hmm.
at the
Lambda
same time it was
expressions.
introduced. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So how
Function
could we
interfaces
write
also, yeah.
lambda expressions in our code? How could we utilize lambda expressions?
Like first of all, there should be a function interface.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can only use those function interface to write Lambda
Mm-hmm.
expressions. And
Okay.
since Lambda expression, we don't have to write the method name,
Mm-hmm.
no return type. Okay,
Okay.
just we have to mention the brackets,
Mm-hmm.
then arrow, then we have in the curly brace. If it is one line, then we can
Mm-hmm.
directly write the our statement. If it is
Okay.
having multiple lines, we can put in curly braces and write our expressions.
Got it. So in a hash map, let's say you override equals but not hash code in class used as a key, right? What problems
Okay.
could arise?
See, if you do, you will override equals, but not override hash code, correct?
Yes.
Okay. See, the hash map key creation, if you are using
Mm-hmm.
an object, assume if you are using an object in as a key, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then what will happen if you insert, if you create two objects with same with new keyword, okay, with these both two objects will have different hash codes because
Mm-hmm.
the new keyword in hash map, sorry, new keyword while creating hash codes, it uses memory references. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you create object of two, it will become two. Ideally, it will become two. Well, while comparing, it will say, okay, these two are different. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why at the same time we have to implement hash code so that hash code should be same while
Mm-hmm.
equaling the objects.
Okay. So yeah, that's correct. So due to this, uh, it will lead to some incorrect behavior,
Correct.
like duplicates or behavior to
Duplicates.
retrieve
Yeah.
some sorted values.
Hmm.
Mm, okay. Okay. So you have, let's say you have a shared cache used by
Okay.
multiple threads. You need
Okay.
a hash map, but data is getting corrupted. What could be the issue and how will you fix it?
Let's say we have a shared cache.
Shared
Okay.
cache used by
Used
multiple
by
threads. You use
okay.
the hash map, but data is getting corrupted. What could be the issue and how will you fix it?
We can use concurrent hash map so that it should be
Hmm,
thread safe.
that's correct.
Okay.
So you have answered it. You can use concurrent hashpad. So that's how you will fix it. So what could be the issue with the existing collection?
Uh, See, there can be simultaneous updation. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
thread A is updating key one, assume
Okay.
key, let's say key E is there. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, key B will also update. So we can get concurrent modification exception.
Yes.
So
So yeah, currently we are using HashMap. So HashMap is not thread safe. So that's
Correct.
why current concurrent modifications can corrupt the internal structure, leading to
Correct.
data inconsistency. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving ahead, can you tell me what is a singleton pattern and where it is used?
See, singleton pattern is the pattern where we have to
Mm-hmm.
create the object only once,
Mm-hmm.
and just we can use the same object across the application. So
Mm-hmm.
mostly, like in our older project, we use it for
Mm-hmm.
logging, because since we are
Okay.
not using any specific loggers, we are having our own logging system. There, we
Mm-hmm.
used to create the log object as well as some
Mm-hmm.
specific hash maps in the starting. We can use across the system to store the properties values. So I have used it
Okay.
like this way.
Hmm. Okay. So, guys, Utkarsh recently purchased an interview preparation kit, and after completing that kit, he is able to crack multiple interviews and have offers in big MNCs. We have also referred him in few companies. So, guys, this kit has four parts. First is complete interview preparation material. Second is two client enterprise projects with recorded sessions. Third is lifetime chat support, and fourth is referral support, where we refer in big companies. You can purchase either whole interview preparation kit or complete interview preparation material alone. So basically it contain a lot of material categorized by experience level, means each experience level has different material with all possible interview question and answers for Java, Spring Framework, Maven, Git, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data, JPA, Kafka, microservices, Java coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. So Utkarsh, can you please give a review on the interview preparation kit, whether it was helpful for you or not?
Actually, the interview experience preparation kit was very helpful for me. The
Mm-hmm.
questions in the Steam section was very good.
Okay.
Okay, even I tried to find it in internet. It was not that clear on the internet. It was very,
Mm-hmm.
very good structured way. Even the
Mm-hmm.
project which is mentioned in that
Mm-hmm.
uh, review referrals review
The,
score system, that is
yeah.
very good. Actually, I tried to
Okay.
explain that to many of
The
the interviewers,
interviewers.
and it worked properly.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
questions are
Nice.
wonderful. I
Mm-hmm.
liked it, and it helped me a lot to crack. Just recently, I got a new offer from one company.
Okay.
Even
Okay.
I'm in notice period, so it helped me a lot. It's very
Okay.
wonderful.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Utkarsh. Now, moving to our mock interview. So, let's say you need to store large data, access it in an insertion order, and perform fast lookups. Which collection would you choose and why?
Large data, we have to do a lot of insertions, you're saying.
No, no. Access it in insertion order. I mean, there should be an insertion
Order
order.
to, okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Then actually we can use, if we are talking about key value pair, then we
Hmm.
can use linked hash map. If you are
Yeah.
talking about just general way or just single values, we can use linked hash set, but it will have only unique values. So
So what's the average looking time in the linked hash map?
it is looking time is like,
Means
if you talk.
reading the values.
Understood, understood. If you
Mm-hmm.
talk about keys, then it is
Mm-hmm.
order of one. Okay. If you talk
Yeah.
about values, I think it is order of n. I'm not sure, but it is order
Uh,
of n, I think. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so tell me, where does the synchronized keyword, I mean, what does the synchronized keyword do?
Like it makes any block of code or any critical
Mm-hmm.
section thread safe.
Okay.
Yeah. So that multiple threads cannot access it at the same time. It won't block any thread, but it will block the other thread to like access the current section until unless the
Okay.
current thread releases it. It
Okay. Okay.
basically gives a lock. It is a
Mm-hmm.
default lock system.
Okay. So have you used this synchronized keyword anywhere?
Actually, like not much. We were using
Mm-hmm.
reintrant locks
Mm-hmm.
mostly, but we were
Okay.
have used synchronous for some times. Like in
Mm-hmm.
an interview, somebody asked me
Mm-hmm.
question. That's why I got to know like how we can
Okay.
use it. Not used much.
Mm-hmm.
While creating
Okay.
singleton class, when multiple
Uh-huh.
threads will call that, that was the question. Something like that. I don't remember it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it. Okay, so moving ahead, what will happen if you remove an element from an array list while iterating over it using an enhanced for loop?
Okay. Okay. So if you, it will give, I think it will give concurrent modification exception because it is fail safe. Oh sorry, it is fail fast kind of list because it has some boolean inside it.
Hmm.
So every time during iteration it checks that boolean key if it is updated in that meantime or not. If it gets updated, it will throw an exception.
Throw an
So
exception. So that's correct. It will throw a concurrent modification exception.
yeah.
So yeah, good. Moving ahead, what are the main implementations of the list interface?
Like I think it is main implementations are array list, linked list.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, it is inside list only. Sorry, list queues, sets. Okay, list queues, sets, and dequeues. These are the main
Okay. Yeah,
implementations.
these are the main thing, but inside the list, what are the
Okay,
main things?
okay. Inside the list, we have linked list. Okay, array list
Mm-hmm.
and vectors,
Vectors.
stacks, copy on write array list.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I think this much I remember. Yeah, this much.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's say you have a complex object with optional fields. How would the builder pattern help here compared to telescoping constructors?
Actually, I don't get it.
Okay, okay. So let's say you have a complex object with optional fields. A
Complex
complex object
object in
with
the sense
optional fields. A complex objects means dense one. There might have there might have multiple objects in the objects like tree, hierarchy, structure,
okay, okay.
objects inside object. So
Hmm.
how would the builder pattern help here? So that's a
Not
question.
actually, I'm not sure about this. Like, I
Okay,
was not
okay.
able to understand the question, but actually, I'm not able
Okay,
to answer
okay.
it. Yeah.
So builder pattern actually provides a readable and flexible way to construct objects with optional parameters. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's a advantage of builder pattern.
Okay.
Okay, so it is
Okay.
used to construct objects with optional parameters and avoiding multiple constructor and improving code clarity. So as you
Okay.
know, every pattern has some advantages, right?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah, so that's the advantages of builder pattern
Okay.
to
Okay. Yeah.
increase the code readability.
Understood.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you explain the solid principles?
The solid principles are, it stands for S. S stands
Mm-hmm.
for single, I
Responsibility.
single responsibility. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember. Which means basically every class has should have a single responsibility. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
if a class is there for print, it should not
Mm-hmm.
be there for there. It should not have responsibilities of scanning at the same time. For scanning,
Mm-hmm.
we should have a different class. Then comes open close principle, which means
Mm-hmm.
any class or any object should be
Mm-hmm.
open for modification, open for extension, but closed for
So
modification.
close for modifications.
Like we're having some interfaces and
Mm-hmm.
we can extend it to multiple class and we can use it. And then
Mm-hmm.
third come Liskov substitution principle, which
Mm-hmm.
means for the base class, for the child class, we can
Mm-hmm.
use the parent class or the base class as an
Mm-hmm.
object parameter when we are creating object of it. It should not break
Mm-hmm.
the flow
Okay.
like we used to use in Spring Boot every time.
Mm-hmm.
We never use the concrete class. Instead, we always use the interfaces while creating
Mm-hmm.
object. So
Okay.
then comes SLID, interface isolation, which means isolation and
Segregation.
interface segregation. Which
Mm-hmm.
means basically every interface should have their own methods. It's like
Mm-hmm.
example same as single dependency. It is
Mm-hmm.
same. Every interface like scan interface should have scan related methods,
Mm-hmm.
and print has to have print related methods. So
Mm-hmm.
then D comes for dependency inversion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the actually specific use of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of dependency
Like I
injection,
think it is
like.
kind of that interface can be used with base class. I don't remember much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
missing it.
No, no, it's correct. Okay, so you know about singleton classes? Okay, so
Yeah,
can you create multiple instances of singleton class in Java?
no, actually that was the main purpose. Like we can have, like actually
Okay,
we can create only one instance and we can use it everywhere.
okay. So do you know about threads?
Yes.
Can you explain?
Actually, thread we can say as the smallest entity of a process. When a
Mm-hmm.
process is executing, it is
Mm-hmm.
using some shared resource. The threads
Mm-hmm.
will be some by parts of that process. That by part
Mm-hmm.
will also use the same shared resource, but it can complete our task most faster and in a better way, in an optimized way, you can say. So
Okay,
for those things, threads are used. Yeah.
okay. Let's say you want to avoid creating too many threads but need to run many tasks. What pattern or
Okay.
framework would you use?
Actually, we use executor service framework.
Mm-hmm.
So it is implemented by executors class. There we can create some 10 or 5 sized
Mm-hmm.
pool and then we can use it whenever we want.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so what's the default capacity of an array list?
I think it is 16 or 10. I think 10 or 16. I'm confused.
It's 10.
10, 10. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then it will automatically increases as we.
Increased by the, depending on the load factor. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me what all design patterns you are aware of.
If you talk about general patterns,
Mm-hmm.
we have used abstract factory builder pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and then in microservices we have Saga, CQRS, and circuit breaker. Even our service discovery is also called as
Mm-hmm.
pattern. So these kind of
Mm-hmm.
pattern I know. And
Okay.
singleton, like if you talk about Spring Boot, singleton prototype session and all
Mm-hmm.
those.
Okay, okay. Okay, so let's say you need a collection that supports very frequent reads but occasional writes. Okay. What
Okay.
would you choose between hash map and hash map, collection synchronized map, and concurrent hash map?
Okay. If you talk about multiple reads, but
But
very less
occasional,
writes,
yeah, writes.
occasional writes
Mm-hmm.
in terms of only hash maps, map segment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think we can use concurrent hash map that will help because reads are so multiple threads
Mm-hmm.
can read at the same time, so it will be helpful.
Yeah, yeah. We should use, I mean, concurrent hash map as it allows concurrent reads and segmented locking for writes,
Yeah.
proving
Okay.
performance over synchronized map, which
Yeah.
locks the entire map.
Yeah. Correct.
Hmm. Okay, so what's the use of sleep method in threads?
It will make sure that it will actually ask our current thread to wait for this
Mm-hmm.
time. It will
Okay.
sleep that it will not do anything. It will just
Mm-hmm.
wait for process to go on, and for the time it will do nothing. That's
Okay.
why it is used.
Okay. Okay, so let's say you want each user session in a multi-threaded application to maintain its own instance of variable. What Java concepts would you use?
Didn't understood. Yeah.
Let's say
E.
you want each user session in a multi-threaded application
Okay.
to maintain its own instance of a variable.
Okay.
Hmm.
Actually, we can use asynchronous way. We can go for
Okay.
asynchronous way. I'm not
Mm,
sure.
I think I mean, we should use here thread local
Okay.
to store variables unique to each threads. So
Okay.
have you
I
worked with thread
no, I
local?
don't know about that. That's why
Okay.
yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Just read about it after this interview, okay?
Sure, sure, sure. I'll be surely.
Mhm. Okay, so do you know about volatile keyword?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Actually, it is used, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
when we are using it some shared resource, assume if for the lock, assume the shared resource is used or not used. If you use volatile in place of that,
Mm-hmm.
so the producers and consumer will catch the value of that variable, and they
Okay.
will use the cache value later on also. The
Mm-hmm.
volatile will make sure that they don't use the cache value. Instead, they should use the volatile value directly from the main class.
Mm.
So for that scenarios, it is used when
Okay.
it.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Can a hash map have null keys and values?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Multiple null keys?
No, actually, since it actually the keys are usually should be unique. That is
Mm-hmm.
the first thing. So it usually have the zeroth index already blocked for null scenarios. So it
Mm-hmm.
will store the null there, and whatever values will come for null again and again, it will update there. So it can only
Okay.
have one null key,
One null key and multiple null values.
multiple null values.
Hmm. Correct. Okay. So moving ahead, what is thread safe class? Can you name a few from Java?
Thread is safe classes.
Mm-hmm.
Like thread safe classes. Mm,
Or not the classes also, you can mention collections.
Actually, collections see, copy and write array list is also thread safe
Mm.
if you work on this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
concurrent hash map is
Concurrent hash
also
map.
concurrent skip list map is also one of it
Mm.
type. And in queues also it is same skip concurrent D queues and
Mm-hmm.
concurrent priority queues
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and then thread safe classes. I'm not able to recall more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine, fine. Okay, so do you know about factory pattern?
Huh.
Yeah, please go ahead.
See, in this factory pattern, let's say we have two kind of DBs used
Mm-hmm.
in our code, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll use a common DB interface. We'll
Mm-hmm.
have some basic DB details like get user, get password, get DB object, all those things there in the interface. And then both will be implemented by Oracle as well as Postgres if you are having two DBs. Then we will create an DB factory just before that, and the DB factory will be called whenever we want to get the DB object. Okay, inside the
Mm-hmm.
DB factory, we will define, okay, whenever it is Oracle, get the DB object of Oracle. Whenever it is Postgres, get the DB object of Postgres. So it will return the interface instead of concrete objects, and then we can use it.
Okay. Uh, that's correct. Moving ahead. Uh, when there was a Spring framework, so why
Okay.
Spring Boot was launched, or why there was a
Uh,
requirement of facelift of a Spring framework?
Actually, there were some overhead things like where
Mm-hmm.
we have to do a lot of things manually,
Mm-hmm.
like creating beans,
Mm-hmm.
okay, doing the configurations and everything. So it
Mm-hmm.
takes a lot of time in doing the configuration instead of doing the real development task.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Okay.
why maybe they preferred this Spring Boot because it usually do the configuration and
Mm-hmm.
creating the beans automatically. You don't have to do all those things. So that's why it is helpful.
No, that's correct. Uh, how does Spring Boot auto configuration work internally?
Uh, it's like it usually basically like internally I'm not sure how it works, but I want to know
Mm-hmm.
what it used to do. The whatever values we are giving in the application properties for the connect to DB, or
Mm-hmm.
let's say we are connecting to some other framework, all those things, whatever we are giving
Mm-hmm.
in our form XML, it will basically connect for you and get you
Mm-hmm.
a connection so that you can directly use that connection. Like DB, you have given the property details for DB in
Mm-hmm.
your property file, and then it will get a
Mm-hmm.
connection to the DB for you and return a data source. The data
Mm-hmm.
source you can directly use to operate on your DBs. You don't have to manually connect to the DBs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's say you want to create a shared logging configuration across multiple microservices. How would you do it in a Spring Boot?
Uh, if we are having multiple logging at multiple places, we will try to use aspects, and there
Okay.
we will segregate the logging system. It's using aspects only, and
Okay. No, no,
we can
that's
have.
about a particular one service, right? I'm asking about a multiple services.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like you want a common logging system for multiple services.
Hmm.
Okay. Actually, we didn't implement it. We are having
Okay.
individual logging system. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
that
fine.
actually. Yeah.
So we could create a custom Spring Boot starter
Okay.
that provides a shared logging config, and we could include this the same starter in every microservices.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Understood.
Like the jar also, we
Hmm.
create the jar repo.
Hmm.
Have you created any common repo
Correct.
that
Correct. Yeah. Actually, we are having DTOs now. DTOs which we use. We
Mhm.
are using common DTOs mostly.
Common
So
details?
that I know that process we are using common DTOs across. We used to
Mm.
just import them and use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the some main annotations that is required in Spring Boot application?
Like at the rate Spring Boot application is the main one.
Mm-hmm.
That is the
Mm-hmm.
first one. Then
Mm-hmm.
REST controller, get mapping, post, put, all those four.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you talk about request mapping is also one.
Mm-hmm.
And repository at the rate service.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And at the REST controller already sold. And
Okay. So you
then
have
auto wired. Yeah.
yeah, auto-wired. So you have mentioned these annotations. These are very commonly used. Now
Yes.
my question is, can you name few uncommon annotations that is used in complex things or complex to
Oh,
use?
okay. At the rate circuit breaker is used while we are
Okay.
creating a fallback mechanism for
Mm-hmm.
microservices. So that is very uncommon. And Uh, at that Fain client is also same. If we have
Hmm.
to connect to some other microservice, we can use Fain client. But if it is asynchronous, we can use web client. Okay, that by that we can connect. Okay, I think that there is no annotation for it. We can have to just import it using
Hmm.
beans and then we can use it.
We could
And
use
if you talk,
enable async.
enable async to
Mm-hmm.
enable asynchronous transactions,
Mm-hmm.
and at the rate async also we can put
We
in
can
our
use.
controller. So make
Yeah,
it
yeah.
run it asynchronously.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this much
Yeah, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. Okay. Uh, have you worked with the Spring Boot, Spring Legacy application?
Like actually, not very much it was,
Not very
but
much.
yeah, it was base applications only. No, not very
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's say your application starts very slow. How would you debug startup performance issues in Spring Boot?
Like actually, we didn't face this kind of issue for
Okay.
now. So
Okay. Okay.
I maybe not. knowing that, like
Uh-huh.
how we can debug it. Like we can see the
Okay.
logs mostly, and we can see if it is loading, if it's load connecting to DB is
Mm-hmm.
taking time, or maybe we are giving the pool size to which is for
Mm-hmm.
Ikari pool, maybe we are giving too much size. If it is
Mm-hmm.
infinite, sometime it will take time. So
Mm.
we can debug those things.
Yeah,
This
these
one
are
is
that's also correct. But also, if we are talking about startup performance only while starting a
Mhm.
web application, we could use Spring Boot starter actuator metrics. So that will
Okay.
help to analyze the startup performance in Spring Boot. We
Okay.
can also check bean initialization times, right? We can.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay,
So
okay. I
that's
heard
that.
about it, but we didn't use it.
Yeah, 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 it's fine.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, so what's the role of application properties or YAML file?
To provide actually the basic parameters to
Mm-hmm.
our application, like some configurable
Mm-hmm.
parameters we used to write in application properties mostly.
Okay.
All those things are provided in
Mm-hmm.
application, and I think we are using mostly application properties. Previously, we were using YAMLs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Previously, you were using YAML, now you migrated to properties.
Now, mostly I'm saying, mostly I think we
Okay.
prefer properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you want to load different configuration for dev and prod. How do you manage multiple profiles in Spring Boot?
We use profile annotation, and then
Mm-hmm.
we can use that to, like, which profile we want to use. We can write that profile and we can
Mm-hmm.
use it
Okay.
like dev and
Okay.
test.
Got it. So now, Utkarsh, I'll give you a few one or two coding questions through Stream
Okay.
API. Are you
Okay.
comfortable?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, we'll
Okay,
try.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Please share your screen and open any IDE.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, you are given a list of numbers, right? And
Okay.
the number in the list, the numbers may have unique or duplicates, right?
Okay.
You have to output the list, and the list should be unique.
Okay. It should be
Yeah,
list. Fine.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you have to do in is by using Stream API.
Okay. Let's
Hmm.
say we are having a list of integers, correct?
Yeah, yeah. List of integers.
Uh, let's say 10, 20, 40, 60, 60 again,
Hmm.
80, 89, 90, 90, and 10, 20. Okay, fine. So we have to get only
Unique
like
list.
unique element. Okay, we
Hmm.
have to do list stream, then we'll do distinct to get the distinct element, then we can collect dot collectors dot to list. If we want it in list, then we can collect in list. We can store it in a new list. If we want indexing for with, then we can do distinct. If we want to have it without index, then we can use store in directly to set without using distinct also.
Hmm.
List of integer ls2 is equal to this, then we get the list, and so if we print, ideally it should be having the values properly.
So can you show your output?
Yeah, I'm running it.
Okay, okay, you are
It is
running
like
it. Yeah,
this.
it is
Yeah.
unique. Okay, so now the question is, you are given a same list. Okay, now you have to print the duplicates elements only. For example, what are the duplicates elements here?
10,
Uh,
20, 89,
10,
90.
20,
Okay.
89. So you should print your list should be like 10, 20, 89.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
Then we have to filter the element that are existing. Okay, okay, fine. Then assume if we do, uh, if we have to get a list of integers, ls3, then we'll do the same ls.stream, and we'll filter the elements which are, mm, what is the index of and last index of, correct? Which means duplicated. Those are not same. Okay.
Hmm?
Ls. Oh, no, no, nothing, nothing, nothing. I
Okay,
was just
okay.
index of, but that will not solve the purpose of I. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, sorry. Okay. Without this, how we can use? X. X is the value index of X in the list. Why it is throwing an exception? Okay, it is returning. Fine. Now I will write the question. If the index of X, we get the index of X and the last index of X, if both are not equal, which means they are other. Okay, not equal to ls dot last index of same X variable. If both are not equal, which means both are not equal, then the list is having the values duplicated. Fine. Dot collect only filter those. Okay, let's try. Not sure it will work or not. Collector dot to list. Okay, something I missed. Yeah. Okay, filter dot to list. Yeah. Okay, that's out. List 3. Let's see. Just a second. Okay. It is showing me the duplicated elements only now.
Okay.
Actually, that
Mm.
is also duplicated. So I think we should put it in set instead of this.
So
So
20 is not duplicate. 20 is duplicate. Which one
yeah,
is not the duplicate one?
not 40 like 40, 67, and just
40,
this.
67. Okay.
Yeah,
So
those
why
two.
89 comes 2 times?
That's what I'm telling you. I stored it in this list now. If I store it into set, it will work. Wait, I will import the set. Instead, I'll put in set. So yeah, these are the duplicated elements.
Okay. Okay. Great. There is one more way as well.
Okay.
Inside the filter, we could use collections dot frequency. So that
Okay.
will count the frequency of each number, and then we will just filter out if the frequency is coming 2 times, I mean more than
Okay.
one, then
Huh?
the elements are duplicates, and we can just print it at
Okay.
one.
Okay. Should I write it? Just even I
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
remember.
Yes,
Like
yes,
in
yes.
comparator, we are having those comparator dot comparing methods. So I think it is similar to that. Like having base. Okay. So what is that?
Either collections or collectors dot frequency.
Okay. Collection
Collectors.
dot frequency. Okay. Collectors.
Yeah, yeah, it will.
Fine. Collectors dot. Okay. Maybe such that maybe I'm missing it. Collection frequency. But it's not coming. Maybe I'm writing it wrong. Okay.
Can you do
Yeah,
collectors?
collectors. Okay, fine.
I
Collectors
just forgot it.
dot. Okay. Filter by. I think it is filtering. Okay. 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 I think it is not there here. Maybe in
It's
some
not
other
here.
method. I'll try it later on. It's fine. I'll
Yeah,
try
yeah,
it
it's
later on
fine.
once. It's okay.
Okay, okay. Okay, now the third question is you have to print the sum of numbers.
Sum of all the numbers.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Reduce. Reduce it will add. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay. Ls dot stream. I have to filter. You want to own, like if it is duplicated, still you want to add it, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then you can do reduce. Dot. Sorry, X it is there. Some. Okay. Correct. Hey, why I missed something with. Okay. There. Dot. Access that why.
Okay, so give the initial number as well.
Okay.
Like 0 after reduce, there will be 0, right? 0, comma.
Okay, fine. I think actually the reduce brackets I have given it wrong. Okay, reduce start from here.
Then
It should
don't
end
put
here.
integer inside x. Just give x and y only.
X. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then
then I
It is
think it
not.
will work. One second.
Okay. It is not working. Even
X1
I think for you
plus
it is
plus.
very small.
Put the
Ah,
semicolon in the end. It will work.
yeah. Okay. It's X. It is not taking. Okay. I'll try this way.
Okay,
Like
okay.
if I add this in brackets. Wait, just one second. So I add this x comma y into brackets.
Mhm.
I've and then we'll do x comma y reduce completed here. Correct. And now it will work. Dot is not commit is taking stream dot collect find let's see. Even I'm not. It works like that, but not sure why it is not working now.
Mm.
Okay, fine. Okay, collector dot to list y. Okay, I think it is a
So
already
we don't
pending
need to
collection.
put
Correct. Huh?
collect because
Because
reduce
already it
only
is
reduce.
terminal. Yeah, correct, correct.
Mhm.
I remember. It is already a terminal
Mhm.
operation. So I think it is not required. We can try with this. Okay. Optional. Okay. Dot get I have to do. Fine. Now it will.
Mhm.
If I have to put zero, I think it is default. Some zero. I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
use
Zero,
zero.
yeah, zero is default. Can you
Okay,
try
zero. I'll try that.
without zero?
Without zero. Okay, I'll try without
Mhm.
because for zero it is showing error. I'll
Mhm.
try without zero once. Mm,
Okay.
585 it is coming.
Can you put one, two, three?
1, 2, 3 in the sense.
I mean, simple elements, simple integers.
Acha, okay, so that we can get
Mhm.
no, okay. 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5.
It should be 15.
15,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
15.
Yes, Utkarsh. So that's correct.
Okay.
So it was a very, very nice interview. You answered
Yeah.
most of the questions.